And welcome back to another episode of the Benchwarmers. We can't wait to get stuck into tonight's show, Brad. It's going to be a big one, big week in BLG footy, big week in footy in general. Can't wait to get into it.
Chook, it's massive. We had everything. We had upsets in the BLG, we had narrow wins come from behind, we had the showdown, we had the main event, the Div 12 Rezzies. It's been a big week in SA.
Yeah, I think in the AFL terms, I got 2 tips right for the weekend as well. So a lot of upsets in the AFL. So it has been a big week for footy. We're going to get into it. We're going to thank the Exchange Hotel, our major sponsor, help us go to air each and every week, along with all of our sponsors here at the Benchwarmers as well, Brad. We're going to have a quick break. We're going to thank them, and then we're straight into the Feel Good Fill Up.
And welcome back to another massive instalment of the Feel Good Fill Up. Thanks to Rams Home Loans Northern Adelaide. If you're looking to refinance, get down there, Chookie, am I right?
Absolutely. See the team at Rams Home Loans Northern Adelaide doing great things in the local community and in Northern Adelaide as well. They'll look after you as best as they can and help you through the process as well.
Doing great things, Chook, as are these people. First off the bat, we are going to go with a change of sport. I don't think we've gone to the motorsport this year, Chook. Oscar Piastri gets a little shout out from me for the Feel Good Fill Up this week. He's a honourable nominee, doesn't win it, but he's doing fantastic things. He's his first year rookie season on the grid with McLaren, 21 years old if you don't mind, Chookie. Just came second as we go to air, second in the sprint race at Belgium in Spa, Chookie. He's 6th for the main race and 10th on the overall leaderboard. He had a scratchy start to the year, but they've sorted a few things out, and isn't he a star?
He's going to be an absolute star, and he loves his cricket as well, which I love from Oscar. Looking forward to the race tonight. Obviously, this would have already gone to air, but hopefully he can have a good performance and maybe get in the points.
Maybe first podium potentially as well, Chookie. And what I like about him, he just goes about his business, Chook. He's just a smooth operator, but a cool, calm and collected operator as well. If someone cuts him off, he doesn't get too angry. If it's raining... No, that's right. That's right. If it's raining, he still drives to the best of his ability and leaves it all out there, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well done.
Others, another nominee, that Chookie couple that don't just go about their business, they're more about all the bells and whistles. The winner of the Feel Good Fill Up this week goes to the Div 12 Rezzies. Now, you'll know a little bit about them, Chookie. I'll let you elaborate, but they had their massive game on Friday, the biggest game of Rezzies ever, is what it was advertised as, and bloody hell wasn't it that. 5,009 people they had roll through the gates at Lockleys Oval for a Div 12 game. It had it all. They had Shrey's first goal, which was massive. We had Checkers coming out in the bright green helmet after half-time after a few head knocks. He had some talks from full-back, playing in the ruck. Thoughts also go out to Jim Brady with that knee injury. We had streakers, we had oval invasions after Shrey's goal, and the live broadcast and commentary was that good a quality it even nearly saw you get a touch.
Nearly, Brad. It was a tough night to be a forward, and tough night to not be one of the main stars in there, and disappointing coming off the track with a couple of handballs and no kicks. So didn't even get to show off my absolute weapon, which was not very nice, but got the crowd going in the warm-up with a couple bombs from 40. So, great night to be a part of. A whole lot of fun. Sitting today, very surreal as to what's happened. I've signed UDL cartons, Metro cards, socks. Someone's asked me for my socks. I gave
you had
my
to
socks.
hide your boots.
I had to hide my boots because kids were trying to grab my boots. I got offered $600 for my Guernsey. Selfies, autographs, the whole thing. It was a massive day, and the boys have done an unbelievable job. The footy club has done an unbelievable job.
Unreal.
Big shout out to Matty Lucas from the footy club, and also to Checkers and Shrey, the amount of work that has gone in behind the scenes to make this happen. All off their own bat. Was fantastic, and what a night it was.
It's massive, Chook, and I was there. I was having a bit of fun. I couldn't believe my eyes, to be honest, and no more than when you had to be signing and taking photos and everyone addressing you by your name and a couple hundred little kids running up to you. It was unbelievable.
Incredible, and we all thought it was going to be, get a good turnout, and we were thinking maybe 500 to 1,000 people, but to have 5,000 there was chaos, and they were running amok as well. There was chalky milk going everywhere. I reckon I sculled some chalky milk that had the end of the carton was that damp that so many people had drank from it. But
that's good.
it was just good content all round from everyone involved.
And raised some valuable funds for Lockleys and the junior football programs as well, didn't they?
Absolutely, which is the main reason of this and why they've got such a junior following and a young following. And all that money is going to go back into supporting the footy club and their junior program as well, which is a massive effort. And what a night. I'm still pinching myself today.
I reckon they might have massive record sign-ups next year for the junior footy. They might have to put in 10 teams.
Oh, I think so. I think this year already they've already had some more kids come over. So see what happens next year. The numbers could spike drastically.
Unbelievable stuff. Well done, lads. Marmalade, anything is content. Jim Brady, Checkers, Shrey, all the rest of it. You, Chucky, I shouldn't leave you out. And all the gang as well. But
what did you think of Aaron Gox's game?
He probably played what you see on camera and in all his shows and on all his content is probably what he delivered on the footy field. Just, wow. And he got worst on ground as well. Worst on ground medal.
Worst on ground, and he was straight back into his moccasins after the game. He didn't want to keep the boots on for too long.
No, he's a good fella, as is all the rest of him. As is Rams Homeloans Northern Adelaide Chucky. We will be back next week for another big instalment.
And Brad, it was a big round 13 in the BLNG. Let's have a look at game one. Angaston defeating Williston. Angaston 13-8-86 to Williston 12-11-83. Big upset for the Panthers.
This one's massive, Chook, and massive for the table as well. Williston up all day comfortably. Angaston kicking 6 goals to 1 in the last quarter, so they've came home with a wet sail. Angaston best, Archie, Haddon, Summerton and Tuckwell. Their goals, Haddon 3, Anthony 2, Shannon 2, Schubert 2 and Tuckwell 2. Williston's best, Ash Fryer, Zach Henschke and Bevan Cross, with goals there to Lehman 4 and Henschke 3. That actually puts Lehman 2 goals behind Riswick in the leading goal kicks, if you don't mind as well.
Well, he's a talent, Lehman, as well, so good to see him back playing in the Barossa competition. Massive from Hadsy and the boys. Williston now, we're going to get to the ladder later, but has some... it affects the table. It affects the ladder.
They're now level with Gawler Central's 4th and 5th. So,
which is crazy.
It's unbelievable.
Makes for big last couple of rounds.
That's
but
right.
Massive effort from the Panthers, and the boys celebrated. Good to see the footy club. They actually ran out with the under-9s as well. So all the players had an under-9 player run out on the ground with them, which was excellent to see on social media from the Panthers as well. So well done to the boys, and I think Hadsy will be very happy this week going into this weekend.
He will, Chucky, and a player that will be missed for a little bit with Williston, Blakey Hargraves, fractured his leg on the weekend, so thoughts go out to him. Hopefully he gets well soon, but he'll be missed by the boys for a large portion of the rest of the year.
He will. You'd think he'd miss the rest of the year with that?
Yeah. So, without knowing too many details, he's obviously going to be out. It won't be a rolled ankle back in a week or two, so he's obviously in some sort of doubt for the rest of the year.
Yep. And prayers out to the TikTok as well.
Yep.
So hopefully maybe there's a bit of a recovery and a return to play.
I'm sure we'll see. It'll be interesting to follow.
Looking forward to it. The next game, Brad, was Newry 8-12-60 defeating Barossa 9-4-58. Another tight one.
The match of the round, Chucky. This one had us definitely scratching our heads who would get this one, and obviously another one that was massive for the table this time, talking about double chance or not. So Newry will be very happy with that to get away with that one. Their best, Scott Bentley, Brad Hoopner and James Bentley, with James Bentley kicking 3. Barossa best, Braden Owen, Jew and Riswick, with Riswick 4 goals. The leaderboard, Chucky, the live update, he is a goal ahead of Shillaby now in the leading goal kickers. We don't miss.
No, you don't. You're all over the leading goal kicker, and that race is going to be very tight.
Yeah.
So
now
have you got a prediction to win it?
Well, Chucky, I'm a man of the numbers, and Riswick's one ahead and in some form, so I'm going to go with it. Yeah.
Don't mind it. Looking forward to that. And Scotty Bentley, obviously, great leader in the middle of the ground for him. And we did say around Brad Hope, I reckon we might have said that if Brad plays, they win. He's played and they've won.
And I've got a little bit of an inside scoop on just how that played out as well. And who would have thought travel and flights would have had such a big impact on a Barossa versus Newry game, Chucky. Bear with me. Mazzone, he was back in for his first game, came back from Europe the day or two before, so he just slotted straight back in. Gregurk was aiming to do the same. His flight was delayed. He didn't make the game, so Gregurk wasn't able to play. So they've still got him to come back in. Happy's flight was delayed back from the mines. He nearly missed the game, but got in second best. And we said if he played, they won. So we were right. And Dear Love, he had to fly back in as well. He made it safe and sound. So who would have thought?
What's all these people? What's going on? They've just holiday this time of year.
Yeah.
Seasonal depression.
Yeah, well, they're getting on top of it, Chook. They're being proactive, aren't they? And they're a good bunch of fellas, and they're doing a lot right. And who knows, that might pay off come the pointy end of the year. But two that will be still coming back in, Jenna and Gregurk, that we haven't seen unveiled in the same team for a while with that quality outfit.
Looking forward to that, Brad. That's going to be very exciting for the Rovers.
Yes, definitely, Chooky.
Let's have a look at the next game, and it was Kapunda and Gawler Central's. Kapunda 9-12, 66 defeated by Gawler Central 13-9, 87. A big win for the Tigers.
A massive one, Chook, and pretty close all day, but Gawler Central's too strong. So really opens up the middle of that table for Gawler Central's. They're equal 4, sitting in 5th on percentage. So
it's amazing,
dangling the carrot there.
It's amazing that you've been beaten by South by 130 points or whatever it was.
Written off by Chook early in the year as well. I think we made comments about focusing on next year.
Yeah, and
you'll own that.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, it's on camera.
I know. And look, and I don't think they're going to play finals, and there's obviously a big gap, but credit to them. They've got games that they need to win.
That's all you can do, Chook. Just beat what you come up against. So Kapunda's best, Dylan Robinson, Joey Brown and Harry Watke. Goals there, Robinson 5 and Zenandrea 3. Big juice. He's a star, isn't he?
He's a very good player. Been plenty of time in the gym, Juice, so good to see him back on the oval.
Yeah, another lad that loves the gym, Chooky. Best on ground for Gawler Central's Charlie Molyneux, as he just finds himself there all the time. Brad Mitchell 2nd. And Kyle Thorogood. He loves the gym as well, doesn't he? A few gym junkies there.
He does, Kyle, and he's known at the club for taking a lot of selfies in the mirror as well. So
you would when you look like that.
I'd be happy to if I had Kyle's muscles as well. So big shout out to him also.
Yes. And multiple goal kickers there. Pilkington 2, Molyneux 2, and Jenna 2. Charlie though, Chook, he is just a star, isn't he?
Absolute star. I reckon he's 2 games off his 100th for the footy club as well, which is, over a 10-year journey at the footy club. He's had a lot of injuries and through that time he played some serious footy.
He has,
over that journey.
Another one that's played some serious footy, Coffee. He was up on a wing, and another little positional change that seemed to help them. Sean Brading playing full back in a lockdown role. How do we find that?
Well, he hasn't wanted to do it his whole career, Braids, and now he's 33 or whatever it is. He actually, I reckon Braids might be older than that now, and he's decided to go down to fullback. I reckon he would have hated every minute of it, but he's a man of the people, Braids, so he would have done what the people wanted.
And I heard he had a good game as well. You never want to play too well when you go to fullback, do you, Chook? You get stuck there. But
you made a career of it, didn't you?
Yes, so got stuck there from a very young age, Chook, and didn't get out. But Chooky, I think that's just a smart coaching move as well. You want to hide him for finals. He'll be straight back up forward for finals, I think, if they do make it.
He will, mate. Looking forward to that. And what about... We haven't talked about the milestones yet. Have you got that up your sleeve?
Yeah, got that up my sleeve, Chooky. And we might go with the debutant first. Tyler Best, out of the Aaron King Footy Factory, the 8th under-17 to debut for Gawler Centrals this year. Aaron King is just a star of a developer, Chook, good coach. 2nd best in the under-17s. I think there might have been a laid out or something's happened because he's then a late call up into Gawler Central's A grade at the ripe old age of 15, and he's held his own really well.
Good to see, and as we've said on the show many times where Gawler Centrals are at, you look at South Gawler, keep getting these kids in and letting them play senior footy. Yeah,
Chooky. But the big milestone of the day, the one everyone came out to watch, was Jordan Neate. Big shout out on the 50th, mate. Stiff not to make the feel-good fill up as well. 50th game for the club, and is he just a star of the comp?
He absolute star. He's got the vibe. He likes to give the chat to the other players, get them off their game. And look, there's no player in the competition that actually wants to play on him at the moment, except for Darren Chillaby.
Yeah. That's right, Chook, because he'll kick a bag on him.
Darren doesn't mind his chances on Needy, but not many others want to play on him because he's just too strong on him.
He's a good fella, and 11 years with Matty, his partner as well today. So all class. I think it might have actually been Saturday, but he shifted it to Sunday the star. He knows Saturdays are for the boys and Sundays are for the girls. So shout out to them. Their fiance, I should say, as well. So
cheaper rate for a hotel room on a Sunday night as well.
That's right, Chookie. Well done. Last game of the round. South 11-11, 77 defeated. Tanunda in a bit of an arm wrestle, and we'll get to that. 8-6, 54. South best. Jackson Dare, Henry Bennison and Patrick White. Bennison 3 goals, Gurney 2 and Burton, our boy, 2. Tanunda best. No surprise, Chook, Sam Calhoun, he's a star. Hamish Martin and Jack May goals there. Tahan 3, Smith 2 and May 2. Chookie, Tanunda are actually leading right up until 3-quarter time for this. South kept them scoreless in the last quarter to roll over the top.
Yeah, and South kicked 6 goals in that last quarter as well. So we've seen 2 games where teams have kicked 6 goals to come home and win. So must have been just a big breeze going one way on the weekend.
Yeah, it was something crazy in the air, Chook. I went and watched 5,000 people watch a Div 12 game, and so something was in the air in SA. Crows have beat Port. It's all happening. But Bennison and Gurney, their pressure up forward was massive for them, and Jackson Dare just winding back the clock at half back, best on ground at the ripe old age of 30,
76 probably.
76. Yeah.
He's known as the grandpa in our group. He's old, but this is a man that was going to retire from football and didn't come out until round 4, and now he's back getting best ons.
Yeah.
The bloke just needs to keep playing, doesn't he?
He is a star. Yeah, that's all I'll say. And he's old. We've covered that, but he's a star, and he still moves. He's a smooth mover.
And he rates his look still as well for an old boy. So he does call himself a DILF. So he does rate that about him as well.
I'll look up what that stands for later.
Yeah, absolutely. We won't discuss on air. But Brad, let's have a look at the ladder because, as we said, this round 13, had some implications to the standing of the ladder with Centrals and Williston now tied for points.
That's absolutely right, Chook. They are on 12 points, and Barossa and Newry, now there's a game clear, or 2 games clear between them, so you would think Newry just about have that second spot sewn up. South probably have top spot sewn up, we would think. Barossa probably have that sewn up in third. It's literally that 4th and 5th. I think Freeling mathematically possible if they go on a winning streak, and Williston and Centrals drop, but you'd think it's out of obviously Williston and Centrals for that last spot. Yeah,
which is crazy, and I think Williston will be planning to get back to playing some really strong footy, and we'll rue some missed opportunities on the weekend, and are looking forward to the coming up weeks to get some redemption and lock that 4th spot up.
But I can't wait to see them play each other as well. That's happening very soon, not this week.
Not this week.
We'll get to
I was hoping that you had that very soon. Let's have a break, come back and have a look at round 14 because there is some more big games in the Barossa coming up, Brad. Again, thank you to our sponsors and thank you to everyone for tuning in. Brad, round 14, let's have a look and go over our tips. We've been going all right lately. We've had a few losses on the weekend, but round 14, game 1, Tanunda taking on Kapunda.
Massive game, Chookie. I think Kapunda are struggling, as we've seen. Tanunda a little bit scratchy, but they obviously made South work for it. I think they're a little bit more informed than Kapunda, so I'll go Tanunda.
I'm going with the Pies also. Gawler Central's taking on Newry. The Battle of the Tigers, they'd call it, but they are the Rovers.
That's right, Chookie. That is. They're both black and yellow as well, so you're dead right. I think Newry, bit to play for. They'll learn to start to build into the year as they do across the year. Gawler Central's a lot to play for with that spot, but I think Newry are too classy.
Well, percentage becomes important into this conversation now as well, doesn't it? So I'm going to go with Newry, but I think Gawler Centrals might look at a very negative defensive approach.
One behind the ball, perhaps?
I would. I would, for sure. Try and limit their scoring because they are a class team, so want to have a look at it and try and keep some percentage intact.
I don't mind it, and they are a team to tune in at this time of the show as well, so they might take that on board.
Absolutely. Barossa taking on Anguston, Brad.
Yeah, another big game, Chook. Anguston, they're finding some form. We know they're a quality outfit, just have missed some of the wins throughout the year. We know they've been playing some good footy. I think Barossa, they'll be shaping up nicely towards the end of the year, and they'll find a way this week.
Yeah, it was great to see Steve Summerton in the best players for the Panthers as well. It's not often we've called his name this year, if at all. I can't remember off the top of my head. So
still quality, whether he makes the top 3 or
that's going to help Anguston against Barossa, but I think Barossa are going to be too good again on the weekend. And this one, Brad, I know Gawler Centrals will be tipping and cheering for, but Williston taking on Freeling turns into a big game this week.
It does, Chook, and Freeling sitting 6th on the ladder. It'll actually be a very intriguing contest, this one. I think Williston, Herzik, now 2 weeks back from Bali, I think he'll have a bit of touch back with the players. I think Williston will be too strong.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Donnybrooks as well to just get that ledger right back on the winning side as well, especially at home, which will be a fantastic spectacle down at Williston Oval. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. Thank you for your time tonight, Brad. It's been very good. Thank you to the Exchange Hotel, Rams Home Loans, and all of our sponsors that make the show go ahead each and every week. We look forward to seeing you all again next weekend.